everybody. Welcome to English 1020 Online. My name is Nicole Ginovardi and I'll be your instructor for this semester. I'm really happy to have you here in the course. And I want to take time in this video to introduce myself, introduce the class, go through the syllabus, and kind of get our bearings in this first project. So we have a lot to talk about in this video, and let's get to it. So a little bit about me. I've been teaching here at Wayne State since 2011, and I really love every minute of it. I teach everything in the composition sequence from English 1010 up through graduate level courses. But my specific area of research interest is first year writing. So I'm really jazzed to be here with you in our online classroom. So another little bit about me is that I am a big nerd. If you think that I'm making weird jokes or if I seem a little awkward in these videos, I apologize. But I do love reading and writing. That's probably the biggest thing that I am a nerd about. I love talking about literacy. Sometimes I can't even believe that this is my real life job. Another thing about me is that I am a wife to a really cute guy named Jacob and a mom to two really cute kids, Beatrice, who is 5 and starting kindergarten this year, and Vivian, who just turned 1. So my family is wonderful and beautiful. My kids wake me up really early, so if you see dark circles under my eyes in these videos, that's probably why. But yeah, I have a full life. I'm excited to be here with you guys and talking about reading and writing. So I'm going to take a minute here. We're going to switch over to view the syllabus and I'll talk you through some of the particulars of our class. And then we'll just get right into the week 1 schedule and week 1 activities. Okay, so here you can see our Canvas site. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our syllabus, which is posted under first day stuff. And we'll just kind of start there looking through, the nitty gritty back and forth about this class. So first of all, please take note that there is contact information for me. I do have in-person office hours Tuesdays from noon to 2 this semester, but also by appointment and by Skype. So if you're not able to come to my physical office, we can always chat via Skype and of course exchange email. Whatever I can do to support you guys in this online learning environment, I want to do because I'm here for you. I'm going to let you guys read through the Department of English description for English 1020, as well as some of these more official representations of, hey, this is Gen Ed, here's your prerequisites. Now, here's something I do want to dwell on for just a second. We will return to this many, many times this semester. But our course is guided and framed by 4 learning outcomes: reading, writing, researching, and reflecting. So it's going to be my goal to help all of you grow in these 4 areas, and this is what I'm going to be assessing as we move through the semester. I'll be assessing and evaluating your use of reading strategies, your ability to compose with awareness and use a flexible writing process. I'll be assessing and evaluating your ability to use a flexible research process and to reflect on your own learning and on your own writing progress. So as we go through the semester, we'll be using these kind of like our North Star. This is what we're headed toward, and this is what we'll constantly kind of be reflecting on and coming back to. Now, a couple of people have emailed me about the textbook. Here it is, ta-da! From Inquiry to Academic Writing. We have a custom version for Wayne State University this semester. So please pick this up from the bookstore. This is the 4th edition, custom for Wayne State University. It has a lot of the same content as any other edition, but we have additional content that we have added, and the chapters are not in the same order as they are in a version that you might get, say, on Amazon. So That's the biggest thing, is that when I assign, say, chapter 7, which you guys are going to read, that is not the same chapter number as it would be in the non-Wayne State version. So please do pick up the Wayne State University version of this text. Also, this is kind of a side note, but a writing handbook, I recommend the Forsman Writer, or even just being able to use something like the OWL at Purdue is a really useful tool in a class like this, where we're going to be going through lots of writing genres, but particularly academic genres. So, pro tip. Okay, so our online course environment, we're going to envision this Canvas site as our classroom. And just like any other class that I might teach that meets face-to-face, you need to be present to participate. So the first thing that you want to be able to confirm is that you have access. You need daily access to a computer with internet to take this course successfully. So you can contact the UGL or Wayne State's support offices if you need help sussing that out. But you need to make sure that you can navigate something like Google Drive or Microsoft 360. The OneDrive function that we have through Wayne State is really essential for this class. To that effect, you guys received an email from me earlier today about your online portfolio. We're going to be constructing an online portfolio throughout the semester. It's going to culminate in your final project for this class. And it's going to serve two main purposes. First, it's going to give you a collection of artifacts to show your growth as a writer, but it's also going to be used for program assessment as we in the composition program evaluate our own learning outcomes. So I'm going to prompt you along the way. We're going to have different moments where you'll be instructed to think about what you might want to put in your portfolio. And again, at the end of the semester, our final project will be putting that portfolio fully together and writing up a reflection about that process. So heads up, some assignments for this class will be due both to Canvas and to OneDrive, that portfolio link that I sent you today. If you have any questions about how to navigate this, shoot me an email. We can Skype, or you can come by my office and we can walk through the steps. Okay. Surviving and thriving in our online classroom. You can hear the sirens going down the road. I'm in my office and there's a lot of sirens, some antique cars and fire engines going down Woodward Avenue. Oh my goodness, so exciting. All right, so where was I? Surviving and thriving in our online classroom. This is a rigorous class. We're going to have lots of thinking, reading, writing to do. Canvas is our classroom. So here's the deal. In order to survive in this class, you need to set aside time each week, dedicated English 1020 time. You need to be able to watch the posted videos, read the required texts, and do the required writing. On average, there's 3 to 4 small process assignments throughout each week. These are things like project builders and journal entries, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But here's the thing. I'm going to post a suggested 3-day schedule that'll take you guys through Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. This is not required, but some weeks I know get hectic. I understand that. I strongly advise you not to save up an entire week's worth of work for Sunday night. There is a hard deadline that every week's work is due by Sunday night. Some weeks you might be doing all your work on Sunday, and that's going to have to be okay, but that's going to be like 3 to 5 hours of work, because if you think about it, if we were in a face-to-face class, I would see you for a couple of hours in class. We would do work together in class, and then I would assign like 2 to 3 hours of homework each week for you to be working towards the projects. Now I got to do it all in Canvas in our online classroom. So try not to save up all your work for the end of the week. Try to follow my suggested weekly schedule. you don't want to be sitting there Sunday night and you still have to do all your homework for this class. It's going to be overwhelming. It's possible. In order to survive, all weekly written assignments must be posted each Sunday night. But in order to thrive in this class, you want to keep on pace with the smaller assignments and do them in order. The suggested order that I've laid out in our class schedule is on purpose, and it's meant to help you build from one small assignment to the next up to that larger project. So follow Master Yoda. Just do. Get your mind right. There is no try, right? So also in that vein, think about the space that you need to work. This class is all online, so make sure you have a dedicated time and space to do your work. Do you have a quiet corner where you can go and do your English 1020 work? Do you need to go to the library at a certain time every week? Make sure that you carve out time, because sometimes if you can do it at any time, you do it at no time. Make sure that doesn't happen in this class, because if you're not engaged in Canvas, that's like being absent from class. Find a good quiet space to work and make sure that you can give this course the attention that it requires. Now, along with online stuff, we have some opportunities for in-person dates. I will do optional conferences with you guys for each one of the major projects, so you can take note. We can do these conferences via Skype or face-to-face. But there is one date that is mandatory, and that is December 7th. We will be participating in the Writing Showcase. Now, I'll talk to you a lot more about this, and I'll tell you more about the origins of the Writing Showcase in a second. But please, right now, write this date down in your planner and make sure that you can either come to class, you're coming to class online, come to the campus on this day. If there's some extenuating circumstance for why you can't, you need to be in communication with me far in advance. But we'll talk more about that in a second. In terms of the course, we have some regular assignments, weekly little things that we'll be doing like once a week, maybe twice a week sometimes. Digital journals, you guys can read about what those are and how many points. Chat check-ins, so a lot of you are already participating in our first chat check-in. I need to have a side note here though. The chat in Canvas, this is a new feature that I'm trying out this semester. And I just realized this today, we can't post pictures to the chat. That's frustrating. I understand though, we're gonna have to work around it. I still like the idea of the chat where we can all be in contact with each other. So here's what we need to do. Today, instead of posting a picture of yourself, please make sure that there's a picture of yourself up here. For your account, do you see how there's this little person? You can click on this and you can upload your photo to your Canvas profile. So please do that instead of posting a picture to the chat. And I'll need to rework some of our chat assignments as we go further on, but we want to try to check in with each other at least once a project to help each other brainstorm and collaborate as if we were talking in the whole same classroom together. Now, we do have some big writing projects that are coming up this semester, and in order to help us kind of build towards them, I will give you guys smaller assignments that are meant to help you start writing for those projects, think through some key tricky parts of those projects. Those assignments are called project builders, and we're going to have, I think we have 10 of those. Also, I do assign multiple drafts for each project, which is great because your writing develops as you revise it and it gets stronger. So I'll be giving you points for each project draft, and we'll be able to give each other feedback on it, and we can always talk about it in conferences. So keep that on your radar. And then the projects themselves, prepare yourself. Winter is coming. No, it is, but so are these projects. The first project, which we're going to talk about in a minute, is the rhetorical analysis. So this is going to be our first essay, and we're starting it today. The second project is going to be more of like a reflective research process assignment called the iSearch essay. That's going to shimmy us right into the researched argument essay, which is a more formal research assignment. Then we're going to remix that into a visual infographic. And then at the end, as we mentioned before, you'll be turning in your digital portfolio. So these are the things we're working towards. The last major thing that's going to be worth points in this class is the Composition Learning Community's Writing Showcase. So this course is a part of the Composition Learning Community. It's this awesome group where we have peer mentors who are available to our students to help you navigate the ins and outs of taking a comp course at Wayne State. Your two peer mentors are going to be making a video for you later this week to introduce themselves, so I'll let them do that. But you'll have two peer mentors available to you to help you throughout the semester. And then we're all the English comp classes that are in the CLC are getting together December 7th, basically to celebrate getting through the semester and to show off the writing that we've done. So I've built in 70 points into this course just for your participation in this. And again, we'll talk more about it as we go along. You guys can look over the grading breakdown and kind of see how all the points add up and take a look at the university grading scale. In terms of my course policies, you guys can see basically I have two small children and we're trying to fix up a house that we just bought, and we pretended we were on HGTV. And I'm not Joanna Gaines, but I was like, let's just move this staircase over there. It's ridiculous. We have a lot going on in my personal life, and so in my work life here with you, I want to give you guys and your work the attention that it deserves. And I just can't keep on top of it if I'm getting all kinds of late papers at all different times. I budget my time. I set it aside specifically to look at your work and give you good feedback. So thank you for not turning in late work. You guys can see, that there are some caveats here. Basically, I need a lot of communication from you, and we'll work through it. I'm not trying to be a really hard ass. I'm just trying to be really giving you guys good quality feedback in a timely fashion. And I need on-time work so that I can do that. In terms of participation in our class, since we don't meet face-to-face, it's basically just participating online, keeping up with the weekly schedule. If you get off schedule for any reason, you're responsible for the stuff that you miss. You gotta contact me, keep in communication with me. Something that's new in terms of plagiarism, I'm not going to get really far into it, but Wayne State University's English department has added a caveat that plagiarism not only includes taking somebody else's work and trying to pass it off as your own, but included in that is trying to pass off work that you did for another class in this class. So just kind of be aware of that. No one's going to plagiarize. Come on. Also, since we are online, my respect policy is just treat each other kindly, especially because online, tone doesn't always translate. When you're giving somebody feedback, just think of the Queen and give some RESPECT. In terms of support systems that are available to you, guys, there are so many great support systems. One of the biggest is me. Please communicate with me. Send me emails. Ask for help if you need it. Get in there. Make sure that you are addressing your email to me in kind of a respectful way. And please do give me at least 24 hours to respond to your emails. I do check my email pretty frequently, but when I go home, I'm all home. I'm with my babies, right? I'm not going to be like pausing, putting my kids to bed so that I can check email. When I'm here, I'm all here. So I'm going to check my email. I'll respond to every single email that I receive. just please give me a little bit of time. I can't respond to you if you email at me at 10 p.m. and the paper's due at midnight. So that's kind of just along the lines of a respect policy too. You definitely want to communicate with your peer mentor, and they are going to be telling you guys some of the best ways that you can communicate with them. Group chats, emails, you'll see videos from them periodically. So your peer mentor is an excellent resource. Also, there's the Write Zone, which is our writing center here at Wayne State. You can do sessions online asynchronously. You can do real-time sessions. The one thing that I'll say about the Write Zone is that they're so good. They book up real fast. So make sure if you want to talk to them about a project, if you want to show them a draft, you need to make your appointment at the Write Zone like a couple weeks in advance. So that's where taking a look at the course schedule can really help you, because you can maybe kind of get in there before things start really backing up. Student Disability Services is also available to you, as is the UGL, Library Services. The Academic Success Center has this awesome Study Skills Academy. Check it out. I will post information about all these things throughout the semester just to kind of keep us abreast of that. All right, so let's take a look really quickly at the course schedule. I just want to show you guys how to read it, and then we'll get into this week's work. So each week is listed here, week 1, week 2, and you can see that each day, not everything is formally due, but this is how I suggest that you work through each week. So for example, today is Wednesday. Watch your week 1 video, which you're already doing. I'm going to be posting a TED Talk in this announcement so that you can check out to kind of help also frame the semester for you. Read through the syllabus, this Canvas site, and then we have 2 activities that I'd recommend doing today or tonight or maybe even tomorrow, just to kind of keep yourself on track, because there are 2 other assignments that will also be due this Sunday. Every day in the schedule, I have planned something to watch, something to read, and something to write. So it'll be a short video, a quick something to read, and then something to write in response to the reading or in response to the major project. And you can see that the whole semester is planned out here. But then also, if you go to our week 1 activities page, you can see that I've taken each week and broken them down. So the list of things to watch, to read, and to write is on your weekly assignments page, week 1, for example. There are links to videos. There's links to articles that you can check out. And there's the weekly calendar. So just like you saw on the course schedule, it's sliced off just week 1 here for you. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is I want to talk about Project 1 and kind of get us oriented into our rhetorical analysis, and then that'll be it for this video. So you can see that each project is broken down as a module on Canvas. So the Project 1 Rhetorical Analysis module will take us through week 1, week 2, week 3, and then we're going to finish it up on week 4. And so for these first 4 weeks, we're going to be working on a rhetorical analysis essay. So this might feel very familiar to you, because it's an analysis essay. You may have experience with doing analysis from prior classes. We might be adding a new spice into the mix by doing a rhetorical analysis as opposed to a literary analysis or a genre analysis. So this rhetorical analysis essay is going to help you work with some key rhetorical concepts that we're going to use throughout the rest of the semester. It's going to give you practice writing in an academic genre and help you get some familiarity with some of these course concepts. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take a text, and I have a document with sample texts. You're going to choose one of those, an essay, basically, a nonfiction piece, and you're going to analyze it. We're going to identify the rhetorical appeals and the genre elements of the essay. You're going to describe the rhetorical situation that author is responding to. And P.S., if any of these words sound a little scary or weird, we're going to talk about them in the next 4 weeks. And then finally, you're going to analyze how the author is making, excuse me, his or her argument. And we're going to come up with an evaluation. Is their argument successful? Excuse me. All right. Getting it together here. So you can read really in-depth descriptions of the things that I'm going to have you identify, describe, and analyze in this essay. And also, there's like a quick and dirty sample outline. So the things that you must have in this essay. This is broken down even further. Now, here's the thing. This assignment is going to have a lot of structure to it. And if you like having a lot of structure, you're going to love Project One. Excuse me. If you don't like a lot of structure, you might not like it so much. But hopefully this class is going to provide a little something for everyone, because not every project is going to be as structured as this. As we move on in the semester, you guys are going to have a lot more autonomy. We're going to ease up on a lot of the smaller assignments and give you more freedom to write more flexibly in different genres and about different topics too. So use this project for what it's intended to be, which is both practice at analysis and an introduction to course concepts like rhetorical analysis, rhetorical situations, ethos, pathos, and logos, which we call the Aristotelian rhetorical appeals. All of these are concepts that we're going to use as building blocks for the rest of the projects. So kind of think about it that way, that this is sort of like a survey of the key course concepts that are going to be useful to you for the rest of the semester. Okay, let me close this down and then I will give you one final thought. Okay, so I know that was a lot of information. The first day is always kind of like a fire hydrant, just like shooting everybody in the face with information. If you guys have any questions about anything we've gone over or that I've gone over in this video, please feel free to email me. As your peer mentors introduce themselves and give you ways to contact them, please use them as resources. They have taken English 1020 before. They are here to help you navigate assignments, think about what my expectations might be, translate if you need, not literally to English, but if you are reading through some of my course documents and you're like, what is she even asking? Check with your peer mentors, because chances are they can give you some insights. So once again, give me a shout out, an email if you need any help or if you have any questions. Otherwise, have fun digging into our week 1 activities, and I will talk to you next week. All right. Bye, everybody.